Elon Musk is tweeting that the stock is too high. Why is he doing that? Okay. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and things just changed. This is one of the more interesting stocks to watch. It's sort of a precursor stock that helps you take a look at what the S&P might be doing and kind of turnaround points and craziness. And here, it's up here. All right, so the crash starts here, and Tesla gets a big hop off the dead cat bounce and pretty much does the bull trap looking thing, except instead of doing this kind of double top on the bull trap that the S&P did right to here, same spot, it did this. It did an island on top of an island. It's a parabola on top of an island top on top of an island top. It just went absolutely nutty. But you can still see the double top rough shape here that the S&P did. But this is, yeah, I mean, I guess you could call these sort of like ascending pennant kind of shapes. But this is a nutty parabolic top that we only have seen in a couple of stocks. I mean, the oil tanker stocks have done this, but they didn't. This is a completely different stock chart than that. Like the oil tanker stocks, most of them are net long through the crash. Tesla is not net long through the crash. And this is impressive. This is really impressive. So I shorted Tesla way too early back here, and I have been down on that thing. And that's a bigger position I wanted just because the put option in Tesla costs a lot of money relative to some other things. So here's what Tesla looks like it's doing and what's happening with Elon Musk tweeting, oh no. Everyone's like, Elon Musk's tweet caused a 10% correction in the stock, and yeah, okay, that's not what happened. And Elon always hits that like button right now to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. All right, so let's take a look at this. So this down move here, sort of back to island territory, is what the S&P looks like it's doing now, as it just finished an Elliott 5 wave. And you can see that right here in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5 wave top, and that's sort of a double topping reversal pattern with a 5 wave top that we're getting. And this is the ABC correction wave off the top of the everything bubble, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up to the parabolic reversal that Tesla got. And this is a cyclical wave pattern. Elon's tweet didn't cause this pattern to happen in all of the markets across the entire stock market that are doing the same thing. They're getting the double top, and some of them are getting the parabolic reversal. There's like 800 stocks that are doing this pattern, and like the different sectors are all doing it at different heights. I don't know. Tea kettle is screaming. Hold on, wait a second. Okay, we're back, and the tea is, it's too hot to drink still. After this video, I'm gonna have a nice cup of tea. All right, so yeah, Elon's tweet didn't cause this to happen, and I don't know why he tweets that kind of stuff. He does that kind of a lot. He likes to say that his stock is higher than he would value it. I don't know why he does that, but yeah, let's just take a look at some Tesla things that are going on, and then we'll take a look at the whole market and kind of. This is not financial advice. This is a cyclical model that I might use to make my investments, but I don't recommend anyone else uses to do their investments. It's just a look at the cyclical model and if this model is repeating what we're looking at. So this is a unique thing that Tesla did that nothing else did, which this is Tesla had its own little parabolic bubble before the everything bubble blew off here. And this is really interesting, and Tesla did it again. Tesla likes to do just parabolic movements sort of out of bounds. So if you look at the actual price action and the actual wave, when you get to these kind of spots like this, so if you look at the 5 wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this is where the 5 wave is terminating and turning over. And this whole parabolic thing here is just Tesla being ridiculous. and so is this one. And this kind of thing actually is really, really good for seeing exactly where the market is, in fact, turning over. Because this parabolic top is exactly where the whole market turned over. And if we go look at this next wave, so we can do a couple different ways of looking at the next wave. So if we go to the larger time scale and we do the Elliott 3 wave, you've seen on my other videos where I have the whole model set up with the lines on the S&P, but this 5 wave here, there's a 5 wave here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And this is another 5 wave. So you can see this 3 wave with the 5 wave as the B, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get the A, B, C, and that B is where we get this. So this is a B wave of a bigger ABC. So A, B, C. So you get an ABC wave here, and this is where the whole S&P model is pointing. This is where the Tesla model is pointing. Everything is looking to be a C wave down that started on Thursday. It started Thursday, and this is the weekend update using Tesla parabolas to determine reversal points. So here's what I'm thinking with Tesla. I absolutely hate shorting Tesla, and I did it anyways, and I'm down right now, and I'll probably be up on Thursday. Next week, I'll probably be back up on that short, but I mean, if you can short this parabola, it's absolutely insane, and I won't short Tesla again unless I get a parabola reversal and I get it up in there because it's just too crazy, man. Tesla's too crazy. Look at this bounce. It got almost back up to all-time highs. I mean, this stock is absolutely incredible. And I know that like these market conditions are not good for Tesla, but Tesla is good for Tesla. And their balance sheet doesn't look good. So it's the weirdest stock. It's the weirdest stock. It's so hard to know what Tesla is going to do. But here's what the S&P says everything is going to do right now. It's come down a bit. So you see me look at all the oil tankers, which are a net long from the beginning of the crash. And Tesla is nothing like that. Tesla is crashing and bouncing high. There's a couple things doing that. Gold is doing that. Corporate bonds are doing that. Tesla, I mean, we saw the Del Taco bounce pretty high. The consumer staples are bouncing like that. But Tesla is one of these magical stocks that's in a sector that doesn't bounce this high, and it is bouncing this high. So Tesla is like dragging up the whole sector. Um, it's the real deal, man. Tesla is a real thing, and it's a really big thing to watch throughout this crash because the reversal points that Tesla does are very important to the shape of the S&P, and these kind of parabola reversals are really important on what's going to happen here. I mean, it got a little bit of one on the dead cat reversal, and that is a really good indicator, this parabola reversal on the dead cat that we turned over, and so is this one that we turned over on this 5 wave. And then let's come down and take a look at what's going on. So we have some trend lines. I mean, we have a long-term trend line off the Volmageddon here that we back tested. We have a long-term trend line off of the 2008 financial crisis here that we've double back tested. And then the next trend line is off of the very beginning of the everything bubble in the 80s. It's like around the Volcker bear bottom and the Black Monday bottom are right down there where this long-term one starts. And we're looking for the same pattern where we break it and then we want to backtest it. So we immediately backtest it and then we swing out and then we double backtest it with a 5 wave. So that's what we're looking for on Tesla is we want to break this one and backtest it and then ignore the 200 because this line is going to be a wider, less steep angle than I just drew here. But just for example, we're looking for, well, one, we're looking for a dead cat bounce before we get down there. We're looking for a back test immediately when we get down there. And then we are looking to swing out and do a 5 wave. So it'll come down and you'll get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double top, double test of this wave somewhere out towards the end of the year near the presidential election or something like that is kind of the waveform. If you repeat this cycle, you get the B here, This is a B on a five wave on top of a B. This is a 5 wave on top of a B. And this is a 5 wave on top of a B also, which is a bigger one. And this is the entire everything bubble A, B, C. And that goes out a couple of years, and it looks like about 3 years to unwind the entire everything bubble. And then usually you get a dip below it, like a mean reverted inflation adjusted bottom. And that's the entire kind of cycle pattern of the everything bubble as we've come up from 1982, roughly. The everything bubble is all the way up from 1982 at these increasing steepness bull market lines that we got. The main bull market line, then a steeper one off the financial crisis, then a steeper one off the Volmageddon. And right now we are unwinding these Elliott wave style with very clean Elliott waves. I mean, these are just ABC correction waves down, and we're getting these Elliott 5 wave impulse motive waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. And we've already seen this pattern repeat twice, and it looks like it is going to repeat a third time to unwind this last bull market line. That's a long look at Tesla. And this week, everyone's like, okay, you drew like a million lines, and I don't know what's going to happen. So again, not investment advice. Please hit the like button, because that is what actually gets us YouTube content creators to do our job and create content. And so right now on the S&P for Monday, Tuesday, it looks like we're gonna back test an area Monday, Tuesday on the S&P. I expect it to kind of pop up and back test first before we make an aggressive move down to a dead cat area here. So I think last chance to get into shorts probably hasn't passed yet. I think Tuesday is going to be the last chance to get short of things. And as always, careful shorting Tesla. And I am upside down still on mine, with a bigger position than I wanted. And then there's probably better shorts than Tesla available. But Tesla, well, I don't know, man. Tesla is just so high. There's just so much room to come down. And this number is not a good number because the angle is it's a longer, less steep angle. I don't know where the angle would be actually for Tesla. Where like for the S&P, I actually have number targets, but I don't know where to put them for Tesla. So just down though. One more back test and then down for a week or two is the outlook based on the S&P model. And then as usual, when you get these parabolas, that is Tesla just being crazy. So thank you and happy trading.